What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Street Couch Podcast. Right here we have MikesterPrime. I have one question for him I've been dying to ask him. So, Mike, where do you get off?
What? What do you mean, where do I get off?
Where do you get off?
Like what, you mean, like, getting off? Like, what do you... In my room, next to my desk.
Stay with me 真夜中のドアを叩き帰らないでtonight
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Street Couch Podcast. Right here we finally got MikesterPrime himself.
What's up, yo? MikesterPrime here. What's good?
Want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Lucio, MikesterPrime. I play in almost everybody's band at this point. I play drums for Andy Land. I'm going to be playing drums for the kiddos for a bit, too. I have for a bit. You might know me from Shop 29. You may know me from a More Perfect Union as well. Maybe King Finn. Maybe New Shop. You know, just all those different things. But I'm a musician here in Houston, Texas. I love playing music. Drums, guitar, just making that stuff. I love it, man.
Music scene veteran over here.
Yeah, I'm an old man. I got my stripes, you know what I'm saying?
Back in the day.
Back in the day when Fitzgerald was around.
Walters.
Dude, Walters, it used to be referred to as Walters on Washington. That was like its name, and then Fitzgerald's was around. I actually liked Fitzgerald's. Did you ever go to Fitzgerald's?
Yeah, I went there once.
Dude, I had my first show at Fitzgerald's. I was in high school playing with a bunch of like adults that were very experienced, right? And I'm just in this shitty like metalcore band at the time. We're up there doing like really crappy chugs and breakdowns with no cohesion. Our vocalist thought he could scream. Turns out he was just like wailing the whole time.
Yeah.
And I had my whole family there watching. I got off stage and I asked my uncle, man, how did we do it? He's like, hey, come here. And I was like, oh, well, what's up? He's like, come here. I think you need to stay in school. Just make sure to stay in school. Like, I was like, okay.
Was that like a
I'll do
wake up
that.
for you? Was that like, now I gotta double down and get better at music?
You know, I have no idea what 16-year-old me was thinking at the time, but apparently he kept going with music, and I kept playing, and I got better. So hopefully that was a moment of motivation.
Yeah, dude. Like my first show was absolute shit, man. Like everything that could have gone wrong went wrong.
Dude.
Like the drummer's bass drum pedal fell apart.
Dude, that always happens.
Like the tiny little amps we had started like staticking really bad. Feedback.
You know what's like the worst? When it's at a, I don't know if you've done this before, but when it's at a school talent show.
That's where it was.
And yes, all of my worst shows have always been there.
Yeah.
And you have everybody in your class,
Dude.
your teachers, everybody that you see on a day-to-day basis now knows you suck. You just gotta be okay with it. So yeah, that was tragic, horrific moments.
The first talent shows that I played were like absolute ass,
So-
but that kind
so
of
much.
motivated me to like try better, to like redeem
Yeah.
myself, to show them like I don't suck, you know.
Yeah.
So-
One day you're gonna think I don't suck, okay?
Like my senior year, I put Centillion together with my friend Gabe, and yeah, we turned it around, dude. We did pretty good.
Wait, Centillion's been around for how long has Centillion
So
been
Centillion
around?
formed in like 2014.
What?
But it broke up in like 2016. Yeah, we broke up. You know, we never planned to like make it a thing ever again.
Yeah.
But just last year, my friend Gabe and I just like threw the idea around. Hey, like, what if we reform Centillion?
Yeah, what if you
We
guys
did.
tried it again? Yeah. And you guys did. And you have those awesome pictures. I heard your music too. It's really dope as hell. But that's cool. That's good that you guys formed together at least years later. Because now you guys have way more experience.
Exactly. Yeah.
You kind of know a little bit more what to do with music. So you can actually like push it and like roll with it and everything.
Like every idea that we have, we can actually do it now.
Yeah. You have more resources for it too. Like that's the thing. Like when you have bands when you're like younger or in high school, really in high school and maybe early college and stuff like that. It's like it's all trial and error. You know, you're throwing things at the wall to see what works, what shows to play, how to release music. If you even can at all, you know, how to record music.
Yeah. That's huge.
That is the toughest thing right there. But yeah, it's all trial and error. And I've had tons in tons of bands that I've been in where it's like we were together for a month and it's like, oh, not working, let's make a new band, and it's literally the same people.
Yeah.
We're just renaming it. It's like, oh, we're no longer Act of Defiance, we're Plague of Defiance. Like, it's
Yeah, we've done that
silly
too, man.
things like that.
So
yeah.
like tell me about your story. Like, how did you start this whole music journey?
Man, that's interesting. So, I should probably mute my phone. Should I mute my phone?
Go
That's
ahead,
that's
man.
kind of rude, guys. I'm sorry. I'm the rudest
Mr.
guest
Popular
right
over
now.
here.
Who is messaging me? Oh, let's mute that. I don't know who that is. I'm just joking. Man, so story. My uncle went to prison, and he left me his drum set.
Okay.
I was like maybe 13, whatever. He left me his drum set. It was just sitting in my room for a year, and I would just sit there and stare at it. And I was like, am I going to play this? Like, what am I going to do with this? It's just right here set up. I'm just like, okay, maybe one day I'll play. Sometimes I would touch the snare, fiddle with it a little bit, whatever. And I was really into a band called Kiss. Like, that was probably
yeah.
my gateway drug into rock music, I guess. That and Avenged Sevenfold. Totally different, types of groups, right? But I eventually started playing the drums. I sucked at it, but I thought I was good enough to make a band. I made a band with my friend at the time, and we just, from literally that point on, I have continuously made music, been in bands, and just kept pushing forward with it. Rather that be on drums or guitar or bass or vocals or whatever it is. So that's the origins of it for sure. But it's been a long road. It's been an interesting long road. Tons of stories. Are they fun stories? I don't know. Some are fun. Some are bad. But those are good times for sure. But that's how I got into playing music. Just having a drum set in my room that I could just fiddle around with. A side effect of, I'm sorry, Uncle, that you went to prison, but thank you for the drum set. That was a really good time. But yeah, good shit.
It's awesome, man. It's kind of how it started with me also, because my mom had she didn't go to prison or anything like that.
Okay, that's good.
But she had an acoustic guitar that she never played.
Yeah.
And it was just there gathering dust, and I was like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna just pick it up.
Just fiddle with one,
See what
just
happens.
Like, yeah, let me see where this goes.
Yeah.
Can I build a career out of this?
And then I found out you had to tune it after like weeks. I was like, oh, you have to tune it.
Man, you found out early on. I don't think I found out about tuning until years later. It's like, what? You have to tune this thing? I'm playing the same note. Why doesn't it sound right?
And then I broke a string. I cried about it. I was like, dude, I can't play guitar. I fucking suck.
Do you know what's funny? I didn't know you can tune a drum set
Yeah, it's crazy.
until I was an adult. Like, that's crazy, right? I was in bands and everything. I played music, and then I found out from an actual professional drummer, like, hey man, you gonna tune your snare? Like, what? Like, what do you mean? Just tighten it, right? So as
Is
like
that a
it's-
joke?
Like,
Good one, bro.
what do you mean get off? No, but yeah, I didn't discover that till way later. But it was a game changer when I learned you
Yeah,
could
dude.
tune shit. So anybody out there that doesn't know you can tune your instrument, you can.
So earlier
Yeah.
you mentioned there's a ton of stories of you in the music scene. Like, do you want to go ahead and share one of those stories?
Man, there's a ton of different stories for sure. I mean, I was fortunate enough to play at House of Blues main stage, which was a good time. Free Press Summerfest was awesome. It just the experience of like playing on a real huge ass stage with a parking lot full of people, and then being driven around in go-karts backstage. I was like, yo, is this gonna be my life? Like, and just like, I don't know, and going on tour as well, playing in places like Colorado and
This is dope,
experiencing what it's like to play drums in a completely different altitude, which was horrible, by the way. I had the worst headache ever. But yeah, there's tons of different stories, but I think always the one that's always going to stand out to me is just like the story of my friend Alan. And I always like to tell this
Yeah,
story
man.
because like he had such a big impact on the music scene when he was alive from 2016 and below. He was always helping out bands that needed like a push or just bringing people onto a show that maybe needed that push as well, He was a guitar teacher too, a guitar center at a time. But I was playing music with him for about a decade since I was 14. So at that time, and like we had tons of different bands and tons of different experiences, and we were like brothers. And just having that band King Finn, which was like our good band. Finally, we had a good band, that sounded good and shit. But I learned a lot from him. Unfortunately, he passed away at a young age, at like 23, in a car accident, coming from a local show because
It's wild.
it's
man.
wild, But he went to go support some friends at a local show, and on his way back, it didn't quite, go so well. But that's the kind of guy he was. He would go out on a Wednesday or Thursday to go catch a friend's show at some pub or something like that and just check him out. And, it's because of that I have the philosophy that I have now, that, like, I want to always help out anybody that I can, Like, when you see me, like, well, nobody knows this, but, like, sometimes me and Kiko are on the phone sometimes randomly. He's going to be embarrassed by this, but randomly at, like, 1 or 2 in the morning, he'll randomly call me, like, hey, man, can you listen to this real quick? like, yeah, man, I guess so. And he'll, like, send me a track or something, and then we'll, like, send texts back at each other critiquing things, or he'll show me his songs, I'll show him his songs. It's the same thing with any musician, It's why, like, I played with Andy in the beginning. Like, I met him through a music video, and I saw, like, a lot of passion in him.
Yeah, dude,
And I was like, okay, if you could build a band, I will book you a show, and I will do drums on it too, right? And I booked his first show at my first festival, booked him at the other festival. Now I got him to do the White Oak headlining show, which was
awesome.
like, yeah, it was a great experience, and I'm glad that, like, I'm just glad to give friends those experiences.
Yeah,
man. I'm glad to be able to have the ability to do that, and there's a certain point in this music shit that I know what I'm doing. Of course, there's a certain point I'm not going to know what I'm doing, because there's a certain level I've never been to.
Like, you're always learning.
Yeah,
constantly,
always learning. But I like to share, like, the things that I know that have worked out with people like Andy or Midnight Spies and
shout out.
friends like that. Yeah, all of them, like, they're all great people, and I'm glad that, like, I can continue to just bring them up when I'm doing something too and all that stuff.
Yeah, man.
But-
Like Julian said in that one comment, like, he appreciates everything
Dude,
you've
yeah,
been doing
that
for the music scene.
that meant the world to me.
Yeah,
like
man.
you have no idea. Like just getting any form of appreciation. Like, of course, I'm never gonna ask for it, but when you help people out, like, there's that want inside to want to feel like it's at least seen that you're trying this hard to help somebody out to get to a place
At
they
least
want to get
acknowledged,
to. Acknowledgement in those things. And when that happens, I feel like, ooh, I did something, like, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool shit. So that's something I pride myself with, and that's something I've learned from Alan, who was just always there to push, like, people to pursue the things they want, especially in music and like, all that stuff. So that's my story. That's probably the only story I'll tell, because it's the only one worth telling.
No, for sure, man.
But yeah,
For sure. That's
Yeah.
kind of like the story I was hoping to get,
yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah, some deep shit, right?
'Cause I heard you on Ulysses podcast, on
Yeah.
a Thinking Boy podcast. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
interesting, like, learning, like, different angles of your story,
Oh, of course. Like, that guitar, the Gibson Explorer that I bring on stage, it's his guitar. And I was fortunate enough to be able to continue to bring it on stage with me and shit. So,
That's really awesome.
yeah. And, like, you probably understand, being a musician yourself, being an artist yourself, it's like, in those symbolic ways, it's like you're giving that person that opportunity to continue to do what they wanted to do.
Yeah,
Kind of
dude.
thing. So, it's deep, man. It's deep.
And, like, a guitar can be, like, very, very symbolic,
Oh,
like, Like, in a
absolutely.
way, it absorbs who you are.
Yeah,
And,
like
you become one with the guitar.
Like,
you know?
imagine, like, with your guitar. Like, imagine you're playing your guitar. You've been playing it for years.
Yeah.
Imagine you had, like, a kid or something, and they wanted to play your guitar, and you pass
That
that
would-
down to
that
them,
would
you
be
know?
wild, dude.
And it's like, not only does it have all the experiences that you gave that,
Yeah.
now it's going to have all the stories that your child or whoever you give it to is going to give it. So
That's wild to
It,
think
it's
about,
it's shit
man.
like that, like, I don't know. I like deep shit. It makes things interesting.
No, for sure,
so,
man.
Yeah.
Like, my guitar, if you see it, it looks like shit. Like it's missing a
Oh,
button.
it looks like shit?
Yeah, like it's missing a button, and like the pick guard, it's kind of like flappy, And like I leave the strings long on purpose. You
You
know?
do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just because I feel like it's a better reflection of me.
Well, I guess it gives a vibe out too as well.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
also a look,
Yeah,
so
yeah. And I like it. I haven't fixed it because I just like how it has like character to it. in a way,
it gives it grit, some nice grittiness. Do you at
Yeah.
least clean it though? You should probably clean it.
I should probably clean it. I should probably clean
It's
it.
got years of sweat and blood.
Yeah, like I at least change the strings. You know?
Yeah. You at least change the strings.
Because I remember there's been times where I'm
Yeah.
like, oh shit, like, I have to restring them, you know?
Yeah. Restring my guitar? What
Is that a joke? Where do you get off?
Where do you Where do you get off?
No, seriously, man. Where the fuck?
Man, I'll tell you later.
All right,
Yeah.
so I have an idea. Like, remember that one time we tried to do that Arnold Schwarzenegger voice thing?
Oh man.
Go ahead and try to do it again. But let me ask you a serious question.
Okay, serious question.
But answer it with the Arnold voice.
Yeah. I don't even think I could do that anymore, man.
Okay, how about a robot
No, I'll
voice?
do it. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll try to. Yeah.
Okay.
Blah.
What's a movie that made you cry? Arnold.
Arnold. Fuck, I don't think I can do it. Yeah, you do. Seeking a friend at the end of the world.
I haven't seen that one.
That's such a. I can't talk like that. I'll just talk like a robot. I'll do the robot.
All right.
Seeking a friend at the end of the world.
That's the one with what's his name? Michael Scott. I forget-
Michael Scott.
forgot his name. I
I forgot
forgot
his
his
actual. What's his real
Steve
name?
Carell.
Steve Carell. Yeah.
Carell.
Yeah. It was a good movie. I'm doing for anybody that watches Doctor Who, I'm doing a Dalek impression
Dalek.
right now, so maybe somebody will get it or not. But yeah, that movie made me cry.
Okay, why? Like, what happened in it that made you cry?
Do I
Like,
start
is it
the-
a spoiler? Or?
I mean, it's an older movie. Whatever, just go watch it. But anyways, it made me cry because it's just about two people that become friends at the last day of the world. They didn't know each other. All their loved ones ditch them. Of course, it's the last week. Everybody's alive, so they're doing whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
But they find companionship with each other. And when the world ends, they have each other. It was just a nice, sweet ending. So
Okay.
watch that movie. It was really good.
Damn, dude. For me, it was probably. Have you seen Brother Bear?
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I was little, like, I went to the movies to go see it. And I was like, at the end, like when the brother, like whenever like the little bear, if I got
Yeah.
his name, Coda, I think.
I don't remember his name.
Whenever he found out that the guy killed his mom, and
Dude.
I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
That must have traumatized little you. You're like, man.
And also Marley and Me, that one made me cry.
I love that movie.
Yeah, because I loved
love
it.
that
'Cause,
movie.
seeing the dog grow up, and at the end he gets
Yeah.
sick, and I'm like, wait, what's going on?
It
you know?
hurts. I love dogs too, so
what
I'm
the
automatically projecting my own dog. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, no.
I love my
Yeah,
dog.
that's. Yes, I love my dogs too.
It's another
All of these
movie.
dogs, yes. But yeah, that movie was sad. Yeah, it made me cry too. I actually cry a lot in movies. I'm not even gonna front. Movies make me cry, even when they're not.
What's the
meant-
last one that made you cry?
Last one that made me cry.
Was it Endgame?
No, Tony, please. No, man, it was literally like a month ago. What movie?
Deadpool.
Deadpool does hit the feels, man.
That was a good one.
That was such a good movie. I think it was an anime movie. I forgot the name of it, but it's on Netflix, and these kids are trapped in an apartment that's out in sea.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember the name. No, it wasn't that one. You ever seen Your Name? No.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, when Weathering with Me was the movie, and it made me cry.
Okay.
If you know that movie, you may know why. If you haven't, go watch it. If you like anime, I think you should watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good shit. Yeah, that movie. It's good.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
It hit, man. It hit, dude. But
So-
yeah, man.
So what are your plans for the future? Moving on.
Oh, dude.
Like, is B-Shop still gonna be a band, or what's the plan with that?
So man, that's a good question. It's not even a name I came up with, and I just kind of rolled with it. It was when we were forming this group, it was all for the sake of the White Oak show because I had it booked a month in advance, and
It was supposed to be for Shop.
for Shop 29.
Okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to be for that, and it was going to be originally me and Ike's birthday show and a song release show and stuff like that. But it didn't pan out, and I had it there in the back burner, and they actually contacted me. It's like, hey, is this show still on? Like, fuck, is this show still on?
It's a big opportunity too.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's like, let's make this happen. So it was literally a month and a half before the show was gonna hit, and I was like, hey, you want to be in a band? Hey, you want to make this band happen? I got 6 songs. Let's fucking do this, And originally, Andy was going to do our vocals, but he had dropped out eventually later on because, he was already planning for his set and stuff like that.
His own.
But it was actually him and Ike who came up with the name New Shop. Because originally we were just going to go by Shop 29. We are like, fuck it, let's just do it,
Okay.
But they came up with the name New Shop, and it was like the actual word new and then shop. And I was like, I would only do it if we put NU like new metal, like that. I think that's pretty badass. So like, it worked out for that, and just I don't know, it was a very special moment because I got fucking Kiko and Caesar from the Kiddos, Dalton and Damani from A More Perfect Union, Jonathan, who was in Andyland as well, and of course my girlfriend to play violin.
It was awesome seeing both of y'all up there, dude.
It's kind of crazy, dude. That was just a very surreal ass moment, man.
You never would have thought that would have happened, huh?
Fuck no. Like, what? Like, I have a significant other I can play music with? That's insane.
That's like the dream, bro.
Dude, I think I have a little bit of the dream right now. Like, that's crazy. But to get people together that I, for the most part, made friends with on this second go around in music that are willingly wanted to help me and make the show happen was really special to me. So I don't think like that was probably my highlight of this entire year. And I've had a lot of highlights. Like, when I was in Shop 29, we had the White Oak show and we released Noir Disco. That was a crazy highlight too as well. There was tons of musical moments. Alternative Summer,
Dude,
the festival.
That was awesome.
Like,
that was awesome.
Again, that was another situation where it was thrown on me in the last minute, and the boys from Orion and their manager, Shelby, they helped me out and put it together. That was another great, like, big musical triumphant moment. But this one felt very special because it felt like the combination of these 2 years of playing music again and like the friends that I made along the way just helping out kind of thing. But the band is going to continue just with its actual full-fledged lineup. Like Kiko and Caesar, they were just helping out and stuff like that, and same with Dalton. But yeah, other people are in the band. I kind of have the whole lineup already except for one key person.
Okay.
That's the vocals. But I'm working on that, and I have somebody that I'm talking to about it.
Sweet.
But yeah, we have a saxophone player, keyboard player, all that kind of shit, so it's cool as fuck. But that's my plan. In this coming year, we're going to be recording the album that I've always wanted to record that tells that whole story that I talk nonstop about. But it's all going to lead up to next year's festival.
Dude, can't wait, man.
Yeah, so I'm working on that to make sure it can happen. I want it at the Heights Theater. I'm in talks of making that happen. If it's not there, then it's just going to be a Bad Astronaut again, which is badass. That's a great, my choices are either a 500 people capacity venue or a 700 capacity one. There's no loss there. It's really great. It's going to happen regardless. But that's the goal. That's what I'm aiming for, to do that and have it prepped out months in advance so I could do every ounce of promotion that I wanted to do for it. I love doing events. It's really fun. And I'm going to get this band ready that I'm in to just be able to play a set at that show. And that'll probably be our first show as the official lineup next year with an album, everything already out and all that shit. So there's a lot of goals with that, but it's always, like I said, I brought a bunch of people together to play a show in less than a month and a half. They learned the songs. We got it down. We wrote even new lyrics. So
you can make anything happen.
Yeah, you can make anything happen. At this point, like, anything's fucking possible, I guess. So, but yeah, that's the goals for 2025, at least all the way up to the summer.
2025. That's crazy to say that.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy, right? Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah.
2020, what? So, whose idea was it, Alternative Summer, to use the projector and have it, behind the band?
Man, that was just...
badass.
Dude, that was a lucky turn of... That's just Bad Astronaut.
That was badass.
They had... That's why it would be great to just go back there again, too, because they have everything you need there. Wonky Power is very... I'm sure you're familiar with Wonky.
Yeah.
They're very great at production. They, to me, they have the best sound in Houston.
Okay.
No offense to other venues out there, but Wonky and their team just know how to mic up a band and project them.
That was
to
a good
sound
show too. The
massive.
one that Midnight Spice and Andy Land
Exactly.
played.
Yeah, even in their own home turf and their smaller venues, or at Axelrad or at Bad Astronaut, they know how to run sound very well.
So did Wonky Power do the production for Bad Astronaut?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, they did production.
Okay.
I made sure that because I always wanted to work with them. I wanted to just like see what it was like to personally work with them on making a festival, and it was a good time. This time around, it's going to be just me and my team. But yeah, we're going to see it through and make it just as big. The goal is to always make a bigger and bigger festival.
Yeah,
so.
dude, I see you doing this for sure.
Fuck yeah, it's
Yeah,
great.
like-
I love it.
Like maybe like down the line, bringing Houston back into the festival scene. You know,
Dude,
what I
yeah,
mean?
Houston needs there's festivals in Houston, but there's not a festival that
It's
people
not like an iconic
yeah,
festival, you know?
there's not a festival that people are gonna come out of town
Yeah,
for. You know,
yeah.
like people in Austin are like, "Yo, I gotta go back to Houston right now and get to that festival." I want to make the festival that makes that happen. You know,
Oh, sweet, man.
yeah. Austin City Limits. We're coming for you. We're coming for you.
Like
you
I've
know?
been thinking about doing the same thing down the line. Like first I'm gonna start small. I'm gonna start like putting shows together.
Yeah.
Like under Street Culture Entertainment. And then later on, eventually, maybe like put a festival together.
Dude, yeah, it's fun. If you ever need help, I'm down to help
Yeah,
out with
yeah,
that. Like,
that'd be awesome, man.
I love it. So
That'd be
like,
awesome.
it's about to be the anniversary of my first festival, a More Perfect Fest, which was a damn good time. But
I
yeah,
didn't know
man.
back then, so I didn't go.
Yeah, that's all good. That was at the end, which was
Okay.
surprising that that's the crazy. Again, like we had over 200 and something people at the end and packed it out. And then we upped it more. We had 400 plus.
And then packed it out
Yeah,
also.
packed it out. So this next one, that's why I'm aiming for the heights. I want to hit that. I want to hit that number. So
That'd be
we'll
awesome,
see what's
man.
up, dude. But that's the plans for sure. So that's
I'm
going.
fucking excited.
Dude, yeah, it's gonna be dope. Like, I just enjoy playing music, and I'm really glad that I have these opportunities to do that. And of course, I'm really hyped about doing New Shop. If that's gonna continue being the name, we'll really have to debate that. Because the Shop 29 name is something that was always very special to me. It was the name of a studio that I had just like this for over a decade. We called it the Shop, and its number was 29. So hey, I'm heading to Shop 29 right now, you know? So I named the band after that and stuff like that. So that's a name very dear to my heart. So it's very tough to let that name go and like die in obscurity
Close the
and
chapter,
shit. Yeah,
kinda.
you know, like yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what we name it, but as of right now, we are New Shop, and I mean, it's a dope ass name. You know, it's not like
Yeah.
it's like a part 2 of anything. It's definitely just a cool ass name and to finish some stuff. So,
It makes
yeah.
a lot of sense though about like names like that, like holding a place in your heart.
Yeah, man.
Because like the name Street Couch was actually like it was the name of a band I was in like back in like
That is a
2016,
cool ass
2017.
name. Street Couch?
Yeah,
That was a
Street-
that's a
yeah,
dope
just
ass-
Street
that,
Couch.
that was dope
the
as
name of
hell.
the band.
Like what was the sound like for that band? Was
was
that like one of your
very-
first ones or
It was
what?
very punk like. Like you're
Sounds
talking
like-
about the sound of the music.
Yeah, yeah.
Very punk, alternative, kind of like Rage Against the Machine vibes.
It sounds like that. It sounds like it.
Our vocalist, he was a screamer also, so he like screamed a lot.
That's dope.
And he would go back to melodies, and it was like this, like still YouTube videos out there if you want to check it out.
Yo, Ace,
Street Couch Live at the Clinic.
Hey, send me that. I love seeing that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's like, I have a ton of videos of my worst shows, and if anybody asks, yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll show you a video
Alright.
where I sucked. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm always down to watch it and shit. Yeah, but no, there's a lot going down, and the Houston music scene, as you know, is a constantly like a revolving door of different bands and artists coming in and out.
Yeah.
But there's also so many different scenes in the music scene. It's not just
Yeah,
alternative
dude.
rock or indie rock, stuff
It's
like that.
shoegaze, hardcore.
Yeah, there's so many different things, and even Ike himself just played a show yesterday, and he's more involved in like the funk, jazz, R&B
okay,
kind of
okay.
side, but that like dabbles in rock too as well, and it's a whole different crowd of people.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like
for
the
sure,
scene
man.
here in Houston,
Very diverse.
it's huge, and there's so many different kinds of artists you can possibly work with and stuff. So
This jazz
I mean,
band is also.
yeah, like shit, dude. There's just so much. There's so much stuff to like take advantage of here. Like if you want to be an artist and jump in with some bands and stuff like that. But yeah, dude, it's gonna be fun for sure. Like I just, I learned a lot of lessons this year, so I look forward to applying those lessons learned and prevent certain things from ever happening.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
you know, so that's definitely my goal with it all. Just do everything that I've done before, but just better at a
Okay.
different level. So
what's the story behind the face paint?
oh shit, the face paint. So in case nobody knows, I paint half of my face every time I do a
Pretty
show.
dope.
Well, my girlfriend does. She's a wonderful makeup artist and amazing violin player now
Oh
too.
yeah, shout out.
Shout out, you know what I'm saying? Them rosy cheeks, go look her up. IG. Okay, but anyways, so she paints my face. I've always been a fan of theatrics, right? I personally don't want to go on stage just like this in my t-shirt, my short shorts.
Yeah.
You know, I want it to look fucking cool and memorable.
Yeah, no, I
Like,
agree, man.
Again, I just said the band I liked when I was a kid was Kiss, so they're painting their face. Everybody's had their Slipknot phase or something too, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So, but what I've learned from observation, so there's two reasons: bands that take on these larger than life personas, rather it's face paint, costumes, or masks, they almost come off as immortal in
Yeah.
a sense. Like they're gonna keep playing shows, and nobody bats an eye. Like, oh, they look kind of washed or old. Like they shouldn't be doing this anymore. You know,
Or Alice
like
Cooper.
yeah, stuff like that. You know, like but Kiss still goes up on stage and they could be playing to backing tracks and nobody bats an eye, but they look like how they did still.
Yeah, yeah.
And the same thing with Slipknot. It's the same thing with all these kind of groups, and I take that into consideration, like, because I want this to last. Our bodies aren't immortal, but if you take on
An
this
image.
character, this image, it can really live on as well.
I agree, man. 100%
Yeah.
for sure.
100%. And the other thing is just wrestling. I love wrestling. Pro wrestling.
Yeah,
You know, Caesar would know all about that shit. We had a whole cast about that. It was
I heard
good.
the episode, bro.
Yeah, so
I learned a lot.
I never had anybody to talk to about wrestling that much. So hey man, you know, invite me back on. Let's talk a little bit. You
I
know
heard
what I'm
y'all
saying?
say heel. I was like, heel? What the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah,
I looked it up, I was
There's
like,
just
oh.
different terminologies and stuff like that. But I like to take the theatrics of my other interests, like pro wrestling, and
That's
apply it
fucking
to my
awesome, man.
craft, dude. Yeah, like one of my favorite wrestlers is a Japanese wrestler who paints her face. I'm like, I'm gonna do that. I'm not stealing. I'm borrowing. So, but yeah,
Inspiration.
inspiration. Like, yeah, no. So that's why I just think it's cool.
No,
and
for sure, man.
yeah,
I agree 100%.
it's dope. It's dope
But something
shit.
I don't want to do is like get on stage and just be another guitar player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you
Like-
need something else.
Like yeah, like you're just that average Joe, gets on stage, plays, got a lot of energy, but nobody really remembers you. Maybe they'll remember, oh, his flannel was red.
Yeah,
You
or
know,
his
like-
glasses or his
Yeah,
hair, you know?
the one with glasses. You know, like no, like I like the idea of being over the top
No,
with
I agree,
everything.
man.
So
I definitely see you when you're on stage. You take on like a whole different persona.
oh yeah, man.
You become like
Chest
MikesterPrime.
out,
You know?
you know, shoulders up, play the guitar, you know, head bang a little bit.
It's like Clark Kent, you know? He's Clark
Yeah,
Kent.
I go and be
but, like,
Superman on there.
exactly.
Yeah, it's fun. I appreciate that analogy, but yeah, man, I think for anybody out there, if you want to be remembered on stage, you have to do things that just you don't see around you,
Exactly,
and stuff like that.
exactly.
I don't see anybody doing that outside of like the metal community. Maybe you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
like doing shit like that.
No, I agree, man.
Yeah, so it's fun. Find your look, run with it, make it happen.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. But no, like, have you ever considered having a specific look on stage before? Or, like, what were some ideas that you had?
Some ideas that I had were like to like take on this goth persona, you know, have like
Mm.
because I found this cardigan on Amazon. It's like a longer cardigan with a hood and like long sleeves.
I have two of those.
Shit.
They're so badass.
And I was looking at it, I kind of like pictured myself on stage wearing it, like with the hood on.
It's almost like a cape, right?
Yeah,
like, it
yeah,
has
yeah,
that cape
yeah.
feel.
It has, like,
It's
long
dope.
sleeves.
Yeah.
And then I was just imagining myself, all right, like what if I wear like no shirt under it, just that, have like some chains.
That's fucking rock and roll,
So
dude.
I'm thinking about doing that.
Dude, you know what'd be even more rock and roll? You cut off the sleeves.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you cut the sleeves off. Like,
I get buff for that first.
Dude, yeah, I always look at it because I have two of them. I have a yarn one and then I have like some almost
That's
costume
dope,
looking one.
man.
I'm like, am I gonna cut off the sleeves today and finally do it?
Like on stage or
are
like,
my guns big enough for this look? Like, I'm like, no, not yet.
like on stage or what?
I kind of want to,
Oh,
you
that'd
know,
be
that
dope.
like that'd be dope, right? And you know, it's
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shirtless though. You probably have more confidence than me. I don't know
no,
about me,
man.
dude.
Because what if I do it and I can't even rip the sleeves? I'm like, oh, hold on, guys.
Hold on, wait, hold on. Yeah. Wait, give me a second.
Get some scissors out real quick. Oh,
No, dude, but yeah. That's a cool look. Yeah, definitely do that.
I think that's like the idea that I'm having right now.
Yeah. Dude, were you thinking of like doing something to your face too, or like your hair, making it look any particular way?
Maybe because I like what Dalton did with like his eyes.
Yeah, the
you know, I thought it was
smear
pretty
thing.
cool.
Yeah, it's very Batman. Like when he takes the cowl off or something. You know, it's like it's like that, which is pretty fucking cool. So
it kind of reminds me of like the goth aesthetic also, and I really like that. Like that's why I got this shit. You know, like. I just really appreciate that style.
So you're into like a little more gothic looking things, right? Yeah.
Like, I appreciate that kind of like.
Like,
style.
do you listen to any like gothic style bands or artists or anything like that?
Yeah, let me see. Like, I want to take my Spotify out real quick, but
no, I got you. I know one that comes to mind is like Mr. Kitty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Kitty's really good.
There's one called Novulant. Have you heard of Novulant?
I don't think I have.
He has a song called Scars. You should check it out.
I don't think I heard it. Maybe I have. I know there's man, I forgot their name, but they have a song called Have You Ever, and it's really good. I'll show you them. They're like a goth-based Austin band, but they got a lot bigger.
Okay.
Have you heard of Carpenter Brute?
No, I don't
It's
think so.
almost like goth EDM. Like not even, I can't even say techno. It's just goth EDM is the best way to put it. But
okay.
Yeah, it's cool shit. It's okay. You're in the whole gothic aesthetic. Yeah.
Also, like another thing I'm really into is like Marvel superheroes. You know,
I love
like
that
DC.
stuff, man.
So, I'm thinking like it would be cool to like play a Halloween show at least. You know,
And dress up like superheroes.
Spider-Man. You know,
Dude, I want to do a show as the Power Rangers. Like, that'd be dope as hell. Well, I don't think I could play with like a Superman or Batman cape. Probably trip or some shit or something. I don't know.
I mean, you can play with the ghost thing on.
Yeah,
Andyland,
man,
so.
I can never play with that on. Let me tell you how irritated I get every time.
I was watching the video.
So-
like, damn, how's he playing?
So so that show at Wonky Power, right? I had to put it on. I tried it, and I was playing, and the damn thing kept slipping up.
I saw
I'm like,
it,
and the moment I missed a snare hit, I was like, no, fuck this. I threw it, and I was like, I gotta play. I gotta do it. And I tried it for a smidge at the White Oak show, and I was like, no, it's gonna happen again. I'm taking this off. I can't do it. It's like playing drums with a moving costume. Man, that's hard.
Yeah,
So
dude. Yeah.
I'm gonna drop sticks real quick, if anything.
I like that idea though. All of y'all wearing the ghost costumes.
It's cool.
That was cool.
It fits like a theme, you know, and stuff like that.
Because I talked
so.
to Andy and he comes from like acting and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So like it's cool that he's kind of like incorporating that.
Yeah,
into,
he
like,
gets the
stage.
theatrics of it. That's why like sometimes when me and him have conversations about it, we kind of get what each other is saying. Like the theatrics of being on stage are important. Like you're throwing a show, you know, like
like you're not just playing music.
Yeah, it's like if you just go to play music. Yeah, if you just go to play music, all right, that's cool. But you have people, and it's almost always your friends, your family. They're paying money to come see you, and it's like you need to do a little bit more than just like, because they could go to your house and see you in your garage and watch you play. Okay, they're driving out to downtown to see you play. Put on a show, like put on a performance.
Exactly.
You know, so I think that's always important to perform.
Like even Andy got down the whole image thing because he has like the whole like basketball player look on stage. He has, like, the headband, the basketball shoes.
It's like fine, and it's like what my other band, A More Perfect Union, they have that very like goth punk look. You know, Dalton. He would do the leather jacket and it was shirtless underneath, and he would just like have this like look and everything, or like the kiddos with the jumpsuits and like the big boots or whatever theme they do at the time. You know, those are very important to me. And like for New Shop, the theme I had for this show was I wanted it to look like a bunch of people that weren't in the same band got together and made one. And that we like formed a gang. So my idea was like The Outsiders. I don't know if you ever saw that movie.
I saw that like a church picture.
It was like, yo, let me recreate that shit. You know
Love
what I'm
that
saying?
movie.
Yeah, get that feel. So themes are always important. Run with them, guys. Don't neglect the storytelling of music. That is a very important tool to music.
Facts.
You know, and I mean, if you just want to make pop songs or beats or things like that, go right ahead. If you just want to play music, cool. But if you're trying to sell something, you need to also have a story to it. Like that's 100%. 100%. Yeah, dude. Spitting philosophy out here, you know what I'm saying?
Velociraptor.
Wait, what? Who said that? Somebody said that a lot. Man.
It was a meme from like back
Yes,
in the day.
yeah,
You know, like
Velociraptor.
like my favorite one was Bad Like Brian.
Dude, man, those memes disappeared. I'm gonna have to drink on a dead meme, homie.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Cheers, Evan. Give me that banana.
They aren't expecting that.
So where do you whack off?
My car. No, just kidding.
That sounds really personal.
Anyways, moving on.
That's my personal space.
Do you
Yeah.
get mad if people touch your instruments? Don't touch my drumstick.
Nah, not at all. Like, when you're in a band, you gotta get comfortable with people like touching shit or suggesting stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if it's outside of my band, sure, because like I don't know if they know how to handle a guitar or drums. Like,
yeah.
oh, you ever touch one of these? Like, you know what you're doing? Like, don't pull on that. You know, it's like. But when you're in a band setting, if like Damani, he's on drums and he's like, hey, I think the chord's supposed to be like this. Can I see the guitar? Hell yeah. Because, he's going to show me his idea and stuff like that. Okay. Or, like, on the drum set, someone has an idea. Let's try this beat. All right, let's switch. Play it real quick so I can see your idea and stuff. So
that's dope.
Yeah, you always got to be in a setting where it's comfortable like that. Because, like, when you're creating, bro, and some bands and some musicians, they have a little bit of ego or insecurities. And sometimes they don't vibe with that shit. Yeah, it's like, hey, can I show you an idea? Because, not all of us can explain music with our words.
Yeah, it's really hard.
It's fucking hard. Like, can you do the da-da-ba-da? So do the drum roll. Like, which one? Like,
that one part goes like,
yeah, can you do real quick? Like, I know how to do it. Can I show you? But it goes. So it's, to be in a group where you can openly just be like, I think the part's supposed to be like this, and everybody's fucking cool because we all know the agenda is to make the best possible song. It's dope as fuck. So anybody I'm in a band with, yeah, you're more than welcome to. If you're not in a band with you, don't touch my shit.
All right, before we wrap up, we're nearing on 45 minutes. Do you have any advice for someone out there just trying to do something with music, trying to get their name out there, or just trying to do something that matters with music?
With music?
Or with any art form, really.
Yeah,
any type of artists out there. Actors, painters, whatever.
I think every art form kind of they require the same thing, and that is your want for it. If you don't have a genuine want for your craft, you probably should pause on that and find what you actually want. Because without that want, no matter what you do or how you do it, you're probably never going to truly pick it up and do it. When you want something, when you're tired, it doesn't matter. Yeah. When you want something because you had to do this, it doesn't matter. You're going to end up doing it because you want it. And that's why I have a lot of respect for certain artists in like the music scene, like Kiko and the Kiddos. Like, so much respect to them and their work ethic. I literally
they're grinders, bro.
Dude, absolutely. Like, there's some of the first people that I've met in the scene personally that has a similar work ethic to myself. Okay. It's like I literally was up with them at midnight all the way to 7 a.m. writing lyrics for these songs for the show that we just had. Because like literally just in Kiko's living room, we're just dead inside drinking primes or whatever, eating McDonald's. Just does that sound good? Here's the microphone. Like, just so when you have that want, it creates that work ethic, and when you have that work ethic, you can only just go up from there as long as you have that energy from that want. Because when you don't want it anymore, it's going to die, and you probably should figure out something else that you actually want to do. So that's my advice. If you're picking up a guitar, you're making music, make sure it's what you want if you want to pursue it. But if you just want to have fun, man, go have fun. Not everything has to be a career. Yeah. Not everything has to make you money. As long as it makes you happy. As long as your expectation is, I just want to do this, have fun, play a show, have a good time, do it too. Like, I think that's the problem with a lot of people. We have these expectations. Oh, I should have 17,000 streams right now, or like, where's all my followers, and it's like sometimes you just need to enjoy the ride as you get there. Yeah. For sure.
Like,
That's my advice.
would you agree that the why is also important? Like, why am I doing this?
Yeah. The why. What is it called? The W's. There's like it's the 3 W's. No, it's a real thing. It's like the three W's. It's why. It's one. It's something else.
Where?
But where is it? But why is also very important. Why? What would be your why?
My why is because it's kind of like it's kind of hard to answer on the spot. But let me think.
It's okay.
Because I've tried not doing music before. And there was no flavor in my life, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing other things that should have made me happy, but I just wasn't happy. I felt kind of empty, you know.
Yeah.
So whenever I left all that and went back into music, I finally felt like I was on my path again. Like, okay, this is where I belong.
Yeah.
Maybe not playing music, but what if I at least interview musicians or
surrounded by it kind of
do
thing.
something for the music scene somehow, you know. And of course, I still play in bands and stuff, but I see street culture entertainment as the one thing I'm supposed to do.
You're doing really great at it. You're doing really good.
You've seen my mistakes, you've seen my downfalls, you know. But I learned from them, bro. You know?
And that's great, and it's you've never let those moments that are downfalls stop you from keep doing it.
Nah, I can't stop. Dude.
You know, there's so many people that they start a podcast and then they stop.
Yeah,
they're done. They're gone. You know, you've kept pushing. You've kept pursuing it, and you're doing great. And you just, I hope that you're gonna keep pushing it until it sees its absolute potential and stuff.
Because it's funny you mentioned the podcast. Because with the podcast on Spotify, I was not getting that many streams. You know,
it's hard. Dude.
It's hard.
It's hard on Spotify in particular.
Because I would hear Ulysses and Caesar talk about their streams. You know, dude, what the fuck? I'll get those kind of streams.
What's up? You got more than 10 people listening to you.
But instead of being oh man, you know, I'm just is there better? Instead of doing that bullshit, you know, I just saw closer. Okay, where are people engaging more? Where are people actually paying more attention?
Yeah.
YouTube. I got more than 100 views one time on YouTube, and I was like, oh, more than 100. Fuck yeah, you know. And then I posted a reel. I got 2,000 streams. Holy shit.
Dude, it's those reels and everything do a lot.
Yeah, dude.
Especially since you're doing a lot more visual content with it too. Yeah. I think that helps so much with what you're trying to do as well.
Because I'm trying to think about the future. What's the future of social media? Short form content. You know, kids are always on their phone, looking at something. I'm not for that. You know, but it's happening.
I mean, it's the change, and that could also be good for entertainment too.
Yeah.
Because in some degrees, it forces you to have to bring out the quality that you can in a shorter amount of time.
Yeah.
In short form.
And also, entertainment is becoming more and more niche. You know, more people find their interest through one streamer or blogger or whatever.
Yeah.
So I feel my niche right now. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
I feel my niche is more the music scene. You know, here in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because back in the day, it did something for me. You know, after high school, my thing, I did go to college and everything, but I found community in the music scene.
Yeah.
I never really made friends in college. I did, you know, but not you know, it was just 2 people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not an actual community. But I also went to shows at the same time, and I found real community there.
Dude, yeah, that's the thing about what you're doing. I do have a question though. Do you want to see it past the Houston threshold?
100%.
You want it to be a nationwide thing, a worldwide thing. You have guests from such and such coming. Yeah, intergalactic. Yo, Thanos is gonna be on the podcast right now.
When the aliens come, they're gonna fucking love the street coach.
They're that's my favorite show.
No, 100%, man, 100%.
Yeah.
But right now, I gotta not overshoot too much. You know, of course, that's in in my dreams and goals.
Yeah.
But right now, whatever's working, something's working. You know, people are still reaching out. You reached out to me, wanted to be on. People are still people are looking more at my reels more and more. You know, so I'm doing something right.
Dude, absolutely.
So I gotta just stick with what I'm doing and just improve little by little, step by step, and eventually maybe I'll reach where I want to.
And it doesn't hurt to even try to ask. You know, so a friend of mine, we were going to do a podcast interview for a wrestler, and we just straight up just had the contact. We reached out and we asked, and then he gave us a price, and we're like, okay, we cannot do that. So, but now we know that once we reach a certain level, yeah, we may have to pay certain people to give us the time.
Okay.
And, you know, those are the people with bigger followings. It's like, it's just good to know for the future and those kind of stuff. So
it's an investment.
Yeah. But it doesn't hurt to just reach out and just like send a message to someone you know probably is going to say no, but you never know if they say yes.
Yeah, dude.
So,
and like something I told a friend recently is because I'm not sure if you saw this person post on Instagram notes. He was like, "Should I shoot my shot?"
I know what you're talking about. I'm gonna throw them out there. Yeah.
So when I saw that, I sent him a message. I was like, "Do it! Like there's no failure. There's only experience. Do it.
Yeah. Do it. Get him, babe. Do it.
Yeah, but yeah, because like I'm trying to think of like just things differently. You know, for example, like don't be scared to fail. Like be grateful for the opportunity to gain experience and learn from it.
No, absolutely. You know? Like that's all you can really do with it. Just make sure, like when you fail, you get up and you keep going for sure. Shoot your shot. you know who you are. So I know who you are. Celebrate our birthday together.
Hell yeah, man! You better be watching like this far into the interview.
You better be watching this podcast.
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and conclude the podcast.
Concluded. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any last words?
So next summer, I'm gonna be throwing a festival. I have 2 locations I'm picking from, but there will be announcements soon. I'm gonna do my best to get as many of the biggest bands in Houston together to play this. But keep a lookout for it. It's gonna go down. We're gonna have a damn good time like we did this last summer. It's gonna be an amazing time. Also, take a look out for my band New Shop. We're gonna be dropping some songs starting January and up. The group formed. It's a lot. Man, I love this group already. But yes, we'll show you stuff later on. But yeah, man, it's going to be a good 2025, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, man.
Odd numbers can be lucky.
I think, like, my most favorite overall show of the year was Alternative Summer.
Alternative Summer. Yeah, man, that was great,
memorable,
dude.
Man.
Like, that was a really good time. If you find me on socials, click on the Alternative Summer story tab. All the videos are there. All those incredible bands. Midnight Beverage, Orion 224, Uncle Tino. Man, everybody was killing it that night. Yeah. There was not one bad set. It was just good vibes. But yeah, man. It's good times.
Thanks for coming on, Mike.
Appreciate you, bro.
Good to finally have you
Thanks for having me on.
Course,
you know,
man. Anytime, dude.
Yes, sir. And make sure to like, subscribe, comment.
Oh yeah, share.
Share.
All right, everyone. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good life. Peace.
Peace.